Hi everyone. About a month ago, the team from Dehancer got in contact with me and asked me if I wanted to film a tutorial on how to use the Dehancer Pro plugin for Davinci Resolve. And in exchange, I would receive the desktop plugin for Davinci Resolve. I was actually a bit hesitant at first, but then I thought about the fact that so many people asked me to do a color grading tutorial on how I color grade my footage, especially back from the Fujifilm era. I now shoot with a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. So actually I thought about it, and I played around with the demo version of Dehancer, and I was like really happy about how the footage came out looking after using the Dehancer plugin. And I said yes. I went ahead and said, okay guys, let's do this. The team from Dehancer actually asked me to be 100% honest and not sugarcoat everything and just lie about how I feel in regards to the Dehancer Pro plugin. So the views you are going to hear are 100% honest, are my own, and this is my unfiltered, unsweetened opinion on the Dehancer Pro plugin. Let me go through this footage and show you what I recorded as a raw video with my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I took the liberty of adding the sound effects and the music before all of this, because this is not a tutorial about how to do, you know, sound effects and everything. We're just gonna focus on how I color grade this, but I will show you the raw footage and then I will show you the final product. Okay, so this was the raw footage. Now I will show you how the color graded footage looks like with the help of Dehancer Pro plugin. That looks amazing, doesn't it? I absolutely love how this plugin helps with color grading and how you have so many parameters and so many things you can adjust in order to obtain this very filmic look. So now I will show you how I got to that look. As you can see, you have so many options here. So many settings and so many parameters that you can adjust. After I applied the Dehancer Pro plugin, I can see this slight green tint. I actually wrote to the Dehancer team about this green tint. From what I understand, is given by the entire film process and everything. I never shot film, so I cannot say if this green tint is a default when shooting analog film, but whatever. The thing is that you have to personally go in and do micro adjustments in order to correct this green tint on your footage. And then you have the film tab, where you can actually choose from a ton of film profiles. And for my video, I actually went with the Kodak Vision 3 250D. You can actually choose a print profile between film log, Fujifilm 3513, Kodak 2383 print film, and the glossy paper. All of these looks will give you a different finish. I chose to go with the Kodak 2383 print film. You've got the film grain option, which by default is enabled, and as you can see here, it's an insane amount of grain just from the get-go. And the first thing I do after I apply my Dehancer plugin to my node is that I disable the grain, because it's a bit, in my opinion, this very strong grain on the footage, it's kind of misleading. I usually apply the grain lastly after I finish color grading the entire thing. So I went to source, I chose camera. As a vendor, I chose Blackmagic Design, and it automatically chooses Pocket Cinema Camera 4K and film format. This would be, from what I see, the only option here. I will show you every single edit that I have done. So in order to get rid of the green tint, I actually played with the color head settings. I went in and played with the yellow, blue, magenta, green, cyan, red, as you can see, the shadows tone, midtones, highlight tones, and stuff like that. And if you look here, in the color wheels of Davinci Resolve, I actually went in and slightly did some adjustments in order to get rid of that green tint. So if you play with the exposure compensation in the input setting, you will see that you can actually control the amount of exposure that goes into your input footage. I will leave that to my initial setting. I left the other settings untouched. In the Film Developer tab, I went with the contrast boost, because if I were to leave it at 0, this is how my footage would look like. It gives this depth and this contrasty and punchy look. Then I did a slight adjustment to the gamma correction. The color separation was 100 by default, and the color boost, I am pushing this one more, and the colors become more punchy, more vivid. So I will leave it at about 37. Okay, then of course before that I chose the Kodak Vision profile. I did some modifications in the film compression department, impact, white point, tonal range, color density. I went with the black point a little bit below 0, but you can see what it does. If I go high up, then it gives the darker regions this very, very intense look. I went with the 2.55. I played with the white point as well. This kind of impacts the highlights and the bright areas of the image. I did no modifications whatsoever to the print profile, though you can actually go into that and you know, play with the target white and maybe influence the white balance a little bit. You can play with the exposure as well, the exposure of the print film. You can play with the tonal contrast, color density, and saturation. As I was saying regarding the color head, this is where I did these modifications and in order to get rid of the green tint. Before activating the film grain tab, I played around with the halation, which is, you know, the that red-orange glow surrounding the light sources. You can see the effect of the halation right here in this shine in the glass of water. It kind of gives it that, you know, red-orange blooming effect. I absolutely love what this halation does to the footage. It's slight, but it's really powerful and really effective. Then I played with the bloom effect. You can see the effect of the bloom setting around the edges of the objects in the image. It kind of gives them that fuzzy blooming look. I didn't add film damage, as I considered that along with the film grain it would have been a bit too much in this particular case, but you can add film damage and you end up with some scratches, as you can see throughout the image, but I chose to disable the film damage in this particular example. Film breadth, as I was saying, it kind of gives you a fluctuating exposure, very slight fluctuation in exposure. Gate weave, you know, when film is pulled in frame by the camera, it kind of swings and it gives a bit of a swing to the entire image and kind of contributes to this analog overall effect. And when it comes to the overscan, in order to obtain these, as you can see, these blurred out frames, and this was everything I did. These are all the modifications. And this is the final look that I came up with. The Dehancer plugin, what I loved about it is the fact that you can control so many parameters and you can go so deep in the process of color grading your footage. Actually, if you want suggestions and see some examples of color grading done with Dehancer Pro and how to combine the film profile with the print profiles, you can actually go to the Dehancer blog. And here you can see in color grading examples, you can see screen grabs from different movies, and you can see below the general choices for film profile, print profile, and the main effects used on the video. Look at this. I mean, the screen grabs from this documentary, they are mind-blowing. It's a Fujicolor Pro 400H with the Kodak Endura Glossy Paper print profile with grain halation and bloom. I mean, this looks just, it's just amazing. So you can have all of these resources on the Dehancer blog. Actually, the Dehancer manual is huge. As you can see, the scroll goes very far away. I mean, 53 pages of advice and explanations on how to use the Dehancer plugin. But there is one more thing, guys, one more thing I wanted to show you. Recently, Dehancer launched a Dehancer Mobile app, and this is amazing. I just want to show you this. So the app allows you to choose images from your phone. For example, I will choose this image I took some months ago. And it's amazing because you have all of the editing aspects and capabilities of the Dehancer plugin, but right in the palm of your hand, in your mobile phone, in your device. As you can see, if you go to, you can save presets. If you've saved previous presets that you enjoyed, you can actually save them and go back and use the presets that you have. Or you can go to Edit and start doing your own thing. So you have the Source tab here, which allows you to do exposure compensation, temperature compensation, and everything, and play around with your source file. Then you can go to the Films tab, where you have literally all of the films. You have even these categories by which you can choose the perfect look that you are looking for. And then you can go to the Developer tab, start doing modifications in regards to these. Then you can go to the Compression tab and choose the impact, the white point, and play around with how the highlights look in your image. This is just amazing. I mean, the level of control. I can't remember when I had an application on my phone that allows you to go so deep into customizing the look of your image. You also have the print profiles, the Endura Glossy Paper, Fuji 3513 print film, and Kodak 2383. This is just, I'm telling you guys, this is analog look heaven for the mobile phone. You have the color head, where I used this one to do color corrections to the green tint. A green tint which I cannot see applied by default in the mobile application. You can adjust the film grain. Of course, you can choose, even go custom and choose the amount of grain, the size, the resolution, shadows, midtones, every single aspect of the image, even halation, even bloom, vignette, and film damage. This is just, honestly, what else do you need for your mobile phone? So if you're a fan of the analog look in your photos as well, not only in your videos, you have this possibility to use the Dehancer application on your mobile phone for the photos you take with your mobile. If I were to sum up, I guess the thing with the green tint is the most annoying aspect for me. That's the one thing that I'd like to see gone in a future update, for example, and allow me to choose if I want to have that green tint over the videos. But that's just my opinion, that's my take on it. And other than that, I had a lot of fun playing with the plugin. I hope this was helpful for you in order to, you know, get an idea about what the Dehancer Pro plugin can do for you and how it can help you obtain that wonderful analog look in your videos. Either you're a pro colorist, or if you want to focus completely on storytelling and on videos and just want to, you know, very easily obtain a beautiful analog look for your movies, Dehancer Pro is a tool that will help you get the job done right. So I hope you guys stay safe out there, keep creating and keep doing wonderful things. Take care. Bye.